Welcome to Fun Islamic Facts, where I share fun facts about Muhammad and the Quran whenever jihadis go on a killing spree. In our last video, we learned that Muhammad peed while squatting. Even in Muslim sources, we read about people making fun of him for peeing like a girl. In Sunan Abu Dawud, number 22, for instance, two men see him peeing and say, "Look at him. He urinates as a woman urinates." Apparently, they didn't realize how important proper urinating habits are in Islam. According to Muhammad, not urinating properly is a one-way ticket to hell. Sunan Ibn Majah, number 347. It was narrated that Ibn Abbas said, "The Messenger of Allah passed by two new graves, and he said, 'They are being punished, but they are not being punished for anything major.' One of them was heedless about preventing urine from getting on his clothes, and the other used to walk about spreading malicious gossip." So the man was in hell for not squatting to pee. But it gets worse, because Muhammad declared that most of the punishment of hell is the result of urinating improperly. Sunan Ibn Majah, number 348. It was narrated that Abu Hurairah said, "The Messenger of Allah said, most of the torment of the grave is because of urine." To all of you Muslims who are watching, and I know you're watching, do you really believe that people go to hell for not peeing the way Muhammad peed? Do you really believe that most of the punishment of hell is for not peeing the way Muhammad peed? If you don't, and I know you don't, shouldn't it be obvious that Muhammad used threats of punishment in hell to get people to do what he wanted, and even to stop making fun of him for the way he peed? If Muhammad was the sort of man who would make up stories about people burning in hell for peeing the wrong way, just to get people to stop saying that he peed like a girl, is this really the sort of man you can trust to tell you the truth about God and salvation? Welcome to Fun Islamic Facts, where I share fun facts about Muhammad and the Quran whenever jihadis go on a killing spree. According to the Department of Entomology at Penn State University, houseflies are not the neatest of insects. They visit such places as dumps, sewers, and garbage heaps. They feed on fecal matter, discharges from wounds and sores, sputum, and all sorts of moist decaying matter such as spoiled fish, eggs, and meat. Pest control experts at Orkin add, houseflies are recognized as carriers of easily communicable diseases. Flies collect pathogens on their legs and mouths when females lay eggs on decomposing organic matter such as feces, garbage, and animal corpses. Houseflies carry diseases on their legs and the small hairs that cover their bodies. It takes only a matter of seconds for them to transfer these pathogens to food or touched surfaces. Mature houseflies also use saliva to liquefy solid food before feeding on it. During this process, they transfer the pathogens first collected by landing on offal. Diseases carried by houseflies include typhoid, cholera, and dysentery. Other diseases carried by houseflies include salmonella, anthrax, and tuberculosis. Houseflies have also been known to transmit the eggs of parasitic worms. So, flies carry a variety of diseases on their legs and hairs, and they transfer these diseases rapidly. The illiterate 7th century Arabian caravan trader who declared himself to be a prophet, Muhammad, a different kind of exterminator, had a very different view of flies and disease. Sahih al-Bukhari 3320 narrated Abu Hurairah, "The Prophet said, if a housefly falls in the drink of any one of you, he should dip it in the drink, for one of its wings has a disease, and the other has the cure for the disease." Sunan Abu Dawud 3844. It was narrated that Abu Hurairah said, "The Messenger of Allah said, if a fly falls into the vessel of one of you, then immerse it, for on one of its wings is a disease, and on the other is a cure. When it falls onto the wing on which is a disease, so immerse it fully." Think about all of the mistakes in Muhammad's brief science lesson. First, according to Muhammad, flies transfer diseases that are carried primarily on their wings. In reality, flies spread diseases that are primarily carried on their legs and hairs. Second, according to Muhammad, the diseases that flies carry are only found on one of their wings. In reality, this is stupid. Germs clearly don't know how to select one wing over the other. Third, according to Muhammad, when a fly falls into your food or drink, it always lands on the wing that carries the disease. In reality, this is stupid too. How in the name of probability would a fly always land on the diseased wing? Fourth, according to Muhammad, the wing that doesn't carry the disease carries the cure for the disease. In reality, this is extremely stupid. As we've seen, flies carry typhoid, cholera, dysentery, anthrax, salmonella, and tuberculosis. Do Muslims really believe that the cures for typhoid, cholera, dysentery, anthrax, salmonella, and tuberculosis are all found on whatever fly wing is sticking up when a fly crash lands in their hummus? Have Muslim researchers at top universities discovered the cures for every disease carried by flies simply by extracting the cures from the cure wing? When they're not busy studying the health benefits of camel urine, of course. Fifth, according to Muhammad, when a fly lands in your food or drink, you should dunk the fly to make sure you get all of the cure off its special healing wing. In reality, by dunking the fly, you're exposing yourself to even more pathogens, which are transferred from the legs and hairs that you're dunking in your food and drink. Welcome to Islam, the religion that can help you catch typhoid, cholera, dysentery, anthrax, salmonella, and tuberculosis, if you take its prophets seriously. Welcome to Fun Islamic Facts, where I share fun facts about Muhammad and the Quran whenever jihadis go on a killing spree. According to first-grade science textbooks around the world, the 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter, are caused by the Earth orbiting the Sun on a tilted axis. Different areas of the Earth receive more sunlight at different times of year and are hotter during those times. Areas that receive less sunlight are cooler. But as we saw in Fun Fact 10, Allah and Muhammad informed us that the sun sets in a muddy pool and is therefore much smaller than the Earth. If the sun is much smaller than the Earth and sets in a pool, it obviously can't be the cause of changes in the weather. So, what does cause the heat of summer and the cold of winter? Fortunately for us, Muhammad has the answer. In Islam, hell isn't just hot. There's also a cold part of hell called Zamharir, to torment people who don't like cold. Summer and winter, according to Muhammad, are caused by the hot and cold parts of hell. Sahih al-Bukhari, 3260. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Messenger said, "The hellfire complained to its Lord, saying, 'O my Lord, my different parts eat up each other.' So he allowed it to take 2 breaths, one in the winter and the other in summer, and this is the reason for the severe heat and the bitter cold you find in weather." Thanks to Muhammad, we know that summer and winter aren't caused by the Earth orbiting the Sun on a tilted axis, as scientists and anyone who's had a first-grade education claim. Instead, summer and winter are caused by hell talking to Allah and telling him, "My cold and hot parts are interfering with each other, so you need to let each of them breathe once per year." And Allah lets them breathe. With amazing scientific insights like this, we can finally understand why the world's most brilliant scientists all got their educations at Islamic schools. By the way, I'm being sarcastic. Due to the influence of Muhammad and the Quran, no one goes to Islamic schools to learn science.